Okay, Vitaly, this is your transmission out of your Dodge pickup. I'm filming it with my camera phone. Unfortunately, it's a little glossy because I've got a scratch over the camera lens, so you can just bear with me on that. But anyway, got it all apart here. Not too bad. A little bit of metal is inside the pan, and of course you can see a little bit there on the filter is picked up. But the biggest issue is three things: your bands. This one here is the band for second gear, and you can see one side of it is not as burnt as the other side, and it's kind of worn down a little bit on the edging here. There's really not that much, but this one is the worst one. This is your reverse band, low band, and it's really burnt, and it's almost got nothing on it. This band rides on this drum, so you can see, hopefully with not as much glitter here, you can see the pattern here that is kind of worn out and burnt itself in. This is okay. I can still clean this up and we can reuse this, or not reuse this, but get a new band and we can reuse that drum. Other thing is that these clutches here that go into the overdrive housing, the forward clutches, they're pretty burnt up too. So this is, in the combination with these three things, is probably what you were having your issues with here for it not wanting to shift properly. Thing is, with this transmission, every 30,000 miles, these bands have an adjustment on them. There's an adjustment here for this big one, and then there's this adjustment here. You can see this bolt here for the little one. And every 30,000 miles, when you go to do your transmission fluid, you take the pan out, you do your filter, and you're supposed to adjust these bands by doing a torque on this to get the proper measurement that it needs to be able to clamp them. Now, with your rebuild here, you're probably really not going to have to do that until you get about 60,000 miles and then start checking it from that point. But once it gets over 100,000 or so, every time the transmission is serviced, these two bands have to be adjusted. And unfortunately, a lot of shops just don't do that. They drop the pan, they put a filter in, fluid back in, and then over time, this band this gets really loose, takes a long time for it to clamp, and the longer it takes to clamp, the more damage that starts to happen, and this is exactly what happens. It starts to burn up. So other than that, everything else in good shape. All the other clutches and everything, the pump is fine and all that. I still think, as far as this band goes, we were talking about, we're going to get the heavier Kevlar band. This one is already a pretty heavy duty band, so there's really nothing more to do there. And then I'll take a look at getting some direct clutches that are a little more heavier, and then do something with that valve body too. So anyway, it's all torn apart. I'm going to go ahead and get some parts ordered, get it all done, taken care of for you, and we'll go from there. Talk to you later.